Business cost breakdown, what is it? Business cost refers to the expenditure that a company incurs to operate its business. It is the sum of all expenses required to produce and sell goods or services. Business cost can be categorized into two types, explicit and implicit. Explicit costs include expenses like rent, salaries, utilities, and raw materials, while implicit costs include opportunity costs, which refers to the value of an alternative forgone. Business cost is an essential factor in determining a company's profitability. The lower the cost of production, the more profit a company can make. Therefore, companies continually seek ways to reduce their expenses while maximizing their revenue. The most common methods adopted include outsourcing, improving efficiency, reducing waste, and negotiating with suppliers. It is crucial for businesses to keep track of their costs to make informed decisions. Cost analysis helps a company identify areas where it can cut down its expenditure and optimize its performance. By evaluating business costs, business owners can determine the feasibility of new projects or investments and set competitive prices for their products. In conclusion, understanding and managing business cost is integral to running a successful business. Continually analyzing and finding ways to reduce costs can help a company grow and stay competitive in the market. What is the purpose of cost in business? The purpose of cost in business is to determine the amount of resources spent or required to produce goods or services. In simple terms, cost is the amount of money spent on production, marketing, and distribution of products or services. The cost is a crucial factor in determining whether a business will make a profit or suffer losses. To be successful in business, it is essential to understand the cost of production and to control it. The primary purpose of cost in business is to help entrepreneurs to make informed decisions. By understanding the cost, businesses can plan their operations and evaluate the efficiency of their production process. For instance, if the cost of production is too high, it will be challenging to remain competitive in the market. Therefore, businesses must keep their production costs low without compromising on quality. Another purpose of cost in business is to enhance profitability. To make profits, businesses must sell their products or services at a price that is higher than their costs. If costs are higher than the product's selling price, a business may incur losses. Therefore, businesses must ensure that their production costs remain low and that they price their products correctly. In conclusion, understanding the purpose of cost in business is critical to the success of any enterprise. By keeping costs low, businesses can improve efficiency, increase profitability, and remain competitive in the market. Ultimately, controlling costs is essential for the long-term survival of any business. What is an example of cost in business? A cost in business refers to the monetary value associated with the production of goods or services. It is the expense incurred by a business to create, produce, or sell its products. An example of a cost in business can include the cost of raw materials, labor, energy, and overhead expenses. For instance, the cost of the material needed to manufacture a widget is a direct cost, while the salary of a factory worker in the production line is an indirect cost. Another example of cost in business is associated with marketing expenses, such as costs incurred in advertising, promotional events, and sales commissions. The cost of distribution, shipping, and delivery of goods can also be a part of a company's cost structure. Moreover, costs related to running an office, such as rent, utilities, and office supplies, are indirect costs. It is critical for business managers to understand that costs have an impact on the profitability of a company. Thus, they need to keep a close eye on their expenses and find ways to minimize them wherever possible. A wise business strategy would involve cutting costs while still delivering quality products or services. Cost control is a necessary component of a successful business strategy, as it directly affects the profit margins of a company. Business cost versus full cost. Business cost refers to the amount of money that a company has to spend on various expenses related to the production of goods and services. These costs can include everything from raw materials and labor to marketing and distribution. It is important for businesses to keep track of these costs in order to understand their profit margins and make informed decisions about pricing and budgeting. On the other hand, full cost takes a broader view of a company's expenses by including not only direct costs but also indirect costs such as rent, utilities, insurance, and taxes. Full cost accounting considers the total cost of producing a good or service, including both the explicit and implicit costs. Calculating business cost and full cost can be a complex task since different expenses may vary depending on the type and size of the business. However, understanding the difference between business cost and full cost can help businesses to make informed decisions about pricing, budgeting, and resource allocation. In conclusion, while business cost refers to the direct expenses related to production and operation, full cost considers the total cost of producing a good or service, including both explicit and implicit costs. By keeping track of these costs, businesses can make informed decisions about pricing and budgeting, which can ultimately help them to maximize profits and achieve long-term success.